it has launched two new electric SUVs promising faster charging and higher mileage at an event in Chennai.
India has just unveiled a groundbreaking electric car priced at only $4,999. This isn't just an affordable EV, it's a potential game changer that could take on Tesla and other major brands.
Well, now it's just basics. Really cool EVs coming out of India.
At such a low price, it challenges everything we thought we knew about electric vehicles. With cutting-edge tech and unbeatable value, this new car might just shake up the entire EV industry. Let's explore what makes it so special. India's EV market transformation. India's electric vehicle, EV market, has gone through an incredible transformation over the last 5 years. What was once seen as a minor player in the global EV race is now leading the way, surprising everyone with its growth and innovation. Just 5 years ago, the conversation around electric vehicles mainly focused on major companies from the United States, China, and Japan, like Tesla, BYD, and Nissan. India wasn't even in the picture, but that's all changing. In 2023, India shocked the world by selling over 1,500,000 electric vehicles in a single year. To put this into perspective, that's more than many European countries sell combined. It's a huge leap. Electric vehicles were no longer just something we talked about in the future. They became a reality for millions of people across the country. And it didn't just happen in the big cities. Small towns and villages also saw a rise in electric vehicles. Farmers in Punjab were buying electric tractors. Shopkeepers in Rajasthan were switching to electric scooters. Even taxi drivers in Kerala were choosing electric cars instead of the traditional petrol ones. This was no longer a future technology. It became part of everyday life. The rise of electric vehicles didn't just happen by chance. It was a result of smart planning and government action. India's government took bold steps to make electric vehicles affordable and accessible for everyone. In 2023, the country introduced the FAME2 scheme, which offered subsidies to buyers of electric vehicles. People could get a discount on electric scooters and pay less tax when buying electric cars. These measures helped make electric vehicles much cheaper than traditional petrol vehicles for many Indians. The Indian government didn't just stop at subsidies. It went a step further by addressing a major concern for electric vehicle owners: charging stations. The government built thousands of charging stations across the country. Now, you can drive an electric car from Delhi to Mumbai, and there are charging points available along the way. This was a game changer, as it made electric vehicles more practical for long-distance travel. But it didn't end there. The government also introduced a battery swapping policy. Imagine this. Instead of waiting hours for your electric vehicle battery to charge, you can swap your empty battery for a full one in just a few minutes. It's like exchanging a gas cylinder. This move was another step towards making electric cars more convenient and accessible. India's success with electric vehicles didn't just stay within its borders. Global car companies began taking notice. Big names like Tesla, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and even BYD started exploring the possibility of manufacturing electric vehicles in India. Why? Because India has 3 things that global companies need: low manufacturing costs, a skilled workforce, and a huge domestic market. On top of that, the Indian government was offering tax breaks and cheap land for these companies to set up manufacturing plants. India was no longer just a market to sell to. It was becoming a hub for electric vehicle production. This shift marked a huge change in the way the world viewed India. The country wasn't just buying electric vehicles, it was now making them. While global companies were eyeing India for manufacturing, India's own companies were already leading the charge. Indian companies like Tata Motors and Mahindra were developing their own electric vehicle platforms. These companies understood that the key to success in India was affordable, practical electric vehicles, not luxury vehicles. Take Tata Motors, for example. The company launched the Nexon EV, which became a top seller in India. The Nexon EV wasn't a futuristic, unapproachable car. It was a regular SUV that just happened to run on electricity. Families didn't feel like they were driving something strange or complicated. It was affordable, reliable, and practical. Everything an average Indian family could use. Mahindra took a similar approach, making electric vehicles for every need. Whether you were a small family, a large one, or even a business owner needing a commercial vehicle, Mahindra had something for you. The goal was simple: make electric vehicles for everyone. But it wasn't just the big players. Ola Electric, a startup that started with app-based electric cabs, built one of the world's largest electric vehicle factories in Tamil Nadu. Ola didn't just build scooters. They created their own batteries and software to make their vehicles smarter and more efficient. Ola proved that Indian startups could think big and execute even bigger. One of the most exciting things happening in India's electric vehicle market is the development of new technology. Indian companies are not just building electric cars, they're innovating in ways that others haven't. For example, solid-state batteries are being developed by Indian engineers. These batteries charge faster and last longer than traditional batteries. This could make electric cars even more practical for Indian roads. Another exciting development is battery swapping. Imagine if you could take your electric scooter to a station, swap out the dead battery, and be on your way within minutes. No charging needed. This innovation is disrupting the traditional way we think about charging electric vehicles and making the process a whole lot quicker and easier. Looking ahead, India has big goals. The country is aiming for 30% electric vehicle penetration in new car sales by 2030. This is a bold but achievable goal, especially with the government's commitment to developing electric vehicle infrastructure and creating incentives for buyers. By 2030, the country plans to reduce its reliance on fossil fuels and increase the adoption of clean energy technologies. India is well on its way to becoming a global leader in electric vehicles. But it's not just about the domestic market. Indian companies are setting their sights on the world. As companies like Tata and Mahindra ramp up their electric vehicle production, they are planning to expand into international markets, especially in Africa and Southeast Asia. Countries in these regions are looking for affordable, sustainable transportation solutions, and India's electric vehicles are the perfect fit. In fact, some Indian companies have already started exporting their electric vehicles to countries outside of India. This is a clear indication that India is no longer just a consumer of technology, but a global exporter of electric vehicles. We've only seen the beginning of India's electric revolution. With the government's continued support, domestic manufacturers ramping up production, and innovations in battery technology, India is on track to become a global leader in the electric vehicle industry. The country is already making waves, and in the coming years, it will only get bigger. As the world focuses more on reducing carbon emissions and transitioning to sustainable energy, India's transformation into an electric vehicle powerhouse is setting an example for the rest of the world. If India can do it, so can other countries. The electric vehicle revolution in India is not just about cars, it's about changing the way we think about transportation, the environment, and our future. It's about making electric vehicles accessible to everyone, not just the rich. It's about creating a future where clean energy is for all. And this is only the beginning. India's electric vehicle market is set to grow exponentially, and we're all here to watch it unfold. Domestic EV industry rise. You know what's funny? While everyone was waiting for Tesla to come to India, Indian companies were already winning. Tata Motors struck gold with two simple cars. The Nexon EV became the king of Indian roads. Why? It looked like any normal SUV. Families didn't feel like they were driving some weird future car. It was just a good car that happened to run on electricity. Then came the Tiago EV. This little car changed everything for budget buyers. A person earning 30,000 rupees per month could finally afford an electric car. No more EVs are for rich people only. Mahindra played it smart. They didn't make just one car. They made cars for everyone. Small family? We have a car. Big family? We have an SUV. Need a commercial vehicle? We have that too. They covered all bases, but Ola Electric shocked everyone. This company started with app-based cabs. Then they built the world's largest EV factory in Tamil Nadu. Not just big, massive. It can make 10 million scooters every year. That's more than many countries buy in total. Ola didn't stop there. They created their own batteries. They developed their own software. They proved that Indian startups can think big and execute even bigger. Ather Energy took a different path. They made electric scooters with smartphone-like features. Touchscreens, GPS navigation, mobile apps, everything tech-savvy Indians love. Young people in Bangalore and Pune went crazy for these scooters. These companies didn't copy anyone. They created new things. Indian engineers developed solid-state batteries. These batteries charge faster than normal ones. They last longer too. This technology could make electric cars even better for Indian conditions. The coolest innovation? Swappable batteries. Your scooter battery is dead? No problem. Swap it for a fresh one in 2 minutes. It's like changing a gas cylinder. No waiting, no charging time. Indian companies understood something others missed. Indians don't want luxury cars. They want good cars at fair prices. Tesla makes cars for people who earn 50 lakh rupees per year. Tata makes cars for people who earn 5 lakh rupees per year. Guess which approach works better in India? Here's the magic trick. While foreign companies focused on rich customers, Indian companies focused on everyone else. The school teacher, the small business owner, the college graduate, everyone could afford an electric vehicle. This wasn't just smart business, it was smart thinking. Why should only rich people help save the environment? Why can't a taxi driver also go electric and save money on fuel? Indian companies proved that clean energy is for everyone, not just the wealthy. The results speak for themselves. India is becoming the world's third largest EV market, not because of Tesla or BMW, because of Tata, Mahindra, and Ola. But here's the best part. These Indian companies are now planning to sell cars in other countries. African nations want affordable Indian EVs. Southeast Asian countries are interested too. The tables have turned completely. Tesla wanted to enter India. Now Indian companies might compete with Tesla everywhere else. From followers to leaders in just 5 years, that's the Indian EV story. The revolutionary car. In January 2025, a small startup from Pune, Weve Mobility, introduced a groundbreaking electric vehicle at the Auto Expo. This wasn't just another electric car, it was India's first solar-powered electric car, Weve. The audience was left speechless. Many couldn't believe it. How could a small company take on giants like Tesla with such an innovative idea? Let's break it down. The Weve is a compact, lightweight electric car designed specifically for India's crowded roads. It's small and easy to maneuver, perfect for cities like Delhi and Mumbai, where traffic is dense and parking is a challenge. The car's lightweight design comes from a mix of aluminum and fiber materials, which makes it not only easier to drive but also gives it a better range. But here's the kicker. This car charges itself using sunlight. That's right. Solar panels are built into the roof of the car. As you drive during the day, the solar panels collect energy and charge the car's battery. Even when you're parked outside your office or at home, the car keeps charging while the sun's out. You might think it's too good to be true, but this innovation is a game changer. The solar panels give the car 10 to 12 extra kilometers every day. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think about it, most people drive about 30 to 40 kilometers each day. With solar power, you could be charging the car just twice a week instead of daily. Imagine how much more convenient that would be. When the car's main battery is fully charged, it can take you up to 250 kilometers. That's enough to drive from Delhi to Agra and back. For city use, it's perfect. You can drive from home to the office, then to the market, and even take a weekend trip with your family. The Weve Ava has enough space to comfortably seat 2 adults and 1 child. It even has AC to keep you cool on hot summer days. Inside, you get all the usual modern features, a touchscreen for music and navigation, and the car connects to your phone through Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. It's just like driving an expensive car, but without the hefty price tag. And then there's the price. Weve Ava costs just 4 lakh Indian rupees, about $4,999. For comparison, Tesla's cheapest car costs around $25,000, and even basic electric cars around the world start at around $15,000. The Weve Ava costs less than many petrol cars in India. But don't get fooled by the low price, it's not cheap in quality. Weve has put effort into smart engineering. Instead of adding luxury features that people don't need, they focused on what people actually want: reliability, efficiency, and affordability. This is where Weve Mobility has set itself apart from other car manufacturers. Global companies have spent billions developing premium electric cars for wealthy customers, but Weve focused on making a car that the average Indian family could afford. They proved that you don't have to spend a fortune to drive an electric car, and you don't need to add unnecessary features to make it better for the environment. When international car companies saw that Weve Ava, they realized their mistake. They were building electric cars for the rich, while Weve made a car for everyone. It's a huge shift in how we think about electric vehicles. What's even more impressive is that Weve Mobility is a small startup. They don't have thousands of engineers or massive factories like the bigger players. But despite their size, they managed to create a world-changing car. This is proof that big revolutions can start in the smallest places. Weve Ava teaches us that innovation doesn't always come from the biggest companies. It can come from anyone with a big idea and a passion to make a difference. So, what does the future hold for Weve Ava? Well, this small startup is not stopping here. With the success of the Weve Ava, they have shown the world that electric vehicles don't have to be expensive. They're setting the stage for the future of affordable, solar-powered transportation. In a world where people are becoming more aware of climate change and the need to adopt sustainable practices, the Weve Ava is leading the charge. It's a car designed for the common man, the farmer, the shopkeeper, the taxi driver, everyone who wants to make the switch to an electric vehicle but can't afford a luxury car. Weve Mobility has redefined what an electric car can be: efficient, affordable, and sustainable. The company is teaching the world that you don't need to compromise on quality to protect the environment. Future expansion plans. The future looks bright for the company, with exciting new developments in the pipeline. One of the most anticipated projects is a 4-seater family electric vehicle, EV, which is currently under development. This vehicle is designed specifically for middle-class families, combining affordability with practicality. It will offer a sustainable, low-cost solution for family transportation, making eco-friendly driving accessible to more people. The company is also pushing the boundaries with battery technology, aiming for innovations that will improve range, charging speed, and overall performance. Alongside this, solar power integration will take center stage in the upcoming models. Enhanced solar charging systems will make the vehicles even more efficient and cost-effective by harnessing the power of the sun, reducing reliance on external charging stations. While new products are exciting, so is the company's expansion into new markets. The company plans to target Africa, Southeast Asia, and Europe. In regions like Africa and Southeast Asia, where fuel prices are high and solar energy is abundant, the potential for affordable EVs is enormous. These areas are an ideal match for the company's goal of making electric vehicles affordable for everyone. In Europe, the EV market is already growing rapidly, and the company plans to make a mark by offering its budget-friendly, high-performance vehicles to consumers. With Indian-made technology, there's a real chance to take the EV industry by storm, showcasing India's engineering capabilities on a global scale. The company's ambitions go beyond just family cars. They're exploring commercial applications, such as ride-sharing variants and electric vehicles for business use, including delivery vans and buses. This expansion into various vehicle categories will not only grow the business, but also play a huge part in making transportation more sustainable worldwide. Weve Mobility is setting new standards for electric vehicles globally. What do you think? Could this be the future of affordable EVs? Share your thoughts below and stay tuned for more updates on this groundbreaking technology.